Hello, on today's episode of Christian Cringe, proving that my videos are very fluid, I had a different video planned, but then this came up and I thought it was something more important, so we're going to cover it. Links down below to the article, but there is a church in California, the Imperial Valley Ministries, that decided that they were going to open a program to help people that are on drugs. Or at least that's what they claimed they were doing. What they were actually doing was they were imprisoning these people, and they were demanding that when they came in for help, they took their documentations, like their driver's license, their social security, birth certificates, things like that. They also took, let's say that they were getting welfare or food stamps, or some people get social security, things like that. They were taking these from them and stripping them of them. They were taking it for themselves. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part was the fact that they were making them panhandle 9 hours a day, and then they had to come back with the money and put it into a giant pot for the church. And when they were done doing that, they would then lock them into their cell, or I'm calling it a cell, whatever room or whatever they had. It didn't really state what they were living in, but they would deadbolt them in every night, not allowing them to escape. And it's not like you can go anywhere without your ID or your stuff. I mean, if you leave with nothing, and with nothing, you have no chance of getting anywhere. And they took advantage of some of the most disadvantaged, disenfranchised, easily abused, ignored, and neglected people in our society. I mean, all in the name of, I guess, God and greed. It's disgusting, it's wrong, it's horrific. A 17-year-old girl had to break a window to get out, escape, and call the cops. They also, another woman that escaped, had diabetes, and they were denying her medical treatment. That could kill a person. So they're literally sitting there denying someone medical treatment that could kill them in the name of God and money. See why this made it on Christian Cringe? Now, if you've ever been to California, or you live in California, or pretty much up and down the West Coast, I've seen it in Oregon, I've seen it in Seattle, and I have seen it in California. There is a very high portion of homeless people. In fact, I'm about to do a video on Donald Trump talking about that. But there is a high proportion of that, and it's sad. If you go through, like, especially, like, Seattle's gonna be my main example because it's where I've had my most experiences with people that are homeless in Seattle. And they're sleeping underneath a bridge, like where the ferry is to go back to Bremerton. They're sleeping in that bridge and that ferry. And it's awful. It's awful to watch. I always try to bring them food or money or something, even if it's just ordering something extra from whatever restaurant that I've gone to and giving that, or splitting my food in half and giving them my leftovers. And not leftovers that I ate, like literally splitting it in half and then having half of it put in a box to give to somebody. Something as simple as that. Now, there's normally a reason a person is homeless. And it does have a lot to do with drug addiction, mental illness, and all sorts of other things that we in this country are not taking care of. And it makes me so angry that a church is locking people up, taking advantage of them, forcing them to panhandle, not getting them medical treatment, all in the name of their God and greed. It's a greed thing. I don't even think it's in the name of their God thing. I think it's a greed thing. And there are going to be people here that are going to go in the comment section and they're going to be like, well, what have you personally done for the homeless? Let me tell you a story. I've taken in a homeless person before. He was a friend of my husband's. Go watch how I got $3,000 stolen from my house. And yet I'm still sitting here standing up for the addicts, for the mentally ill, for the people that find themselves homeless. In fact, most people in the United States are one paycheck away from being homeless themselves. Just think about that. So think about it, if it's your friend or your family member that is homeless, that has either a mental illness, a drug addiction, or whatever, and they're being rounded up, taken, and used as slave labor to benefit some church, to enrich whatever they're trying to do. It's disgusting. It's horrible. And we need to do better, people. These are human beings. These are people that matter to someone. A lot of these people have kids or parents or siblings or someone who loves them and is looking for them. They might not have spoken to them in years, but they are loved. And for someone to take advantage of that is disgusting. And in the name of God that gives them the excuse, and I'm sure they justified it by they were helping them and doing God's work, because I've seen that before where they are helping and doing God's work. No, you ain't. What you're doing is you're lining your own pockets and you're being gross, and it's why you're ending up on Christian Cringe. I hope the people that they arrested send a lot of jail time for false imprisonment, kidnapping, financial fraud, like wire fraud or whatever they can get them on. I hope they throw the book at these people. And I hope it sends a message that if you take advantage of our homeless community, you will suffer. That if you dehumanize, abuse, and just all around act like a disgusting person, you will pay and suffer for it. Because we need to do better by our homeless community. And like I said, I will link the full story down below, and I will see you later.